Hey, welcome back, class, for day 3 of digital learning. So yesterday we did measures of central tendency. I hope that you had the chance to log in and complete all that work. I saw that some of you have, but others have not. So get to that as soon as possible. But today we are going to have an introduction into two-way frequency tables. Our I can statement for today is I can interpret a two-way frequency table. So a two-way table is a useful way to organize data that can be categorized by two variables. In the first example that we have below, our table is broken down into the variables of gender and car preference, or car type preference. All right? So this first table organizes the data about two different types of cars and how many males and females own them. So our two variables would be gender and car types. So what can this table tell us? Well, I can see from the arrows here on our table, here are our totals, right? And they're found by adding 21 and 39. So that tells me that 60 men total participated in the survey and 180 female participated in the survey. So 35 plus 45 is 180. 21 plus 39 is 60. It also works the other way with these two totals, right? 39 plus 45 equals 84. So there were 84 people who responded that they preferred sports cars. Same goes for this column. 21 plus 135 is 156. So 156 people responded that they preferred sports utility vehicles. All right. 240 people total participated in the survey. This number is found by adding your two subtotals. 156 plus 84 is 240. It should also work the other way. Coming down, 60 plus 180 also equals 240. In this example, our two variables are preferred sport and gender. All right, so two-way tables represent different types of frequencies that occur within the data. Now, class, a frequency is a fancy way of saying a percentage. So let's take a look at what I mean there. So, there were 13 men who preferred baseball, right? So we can actually make a frequency out of this by looking at the total. So, 13 out of 100 participants, right, that were male preferred baseball. So 13% of the participants that were male preferred baseball. That's how we could make a percentage out of it. We could also use the subtotals, right? So we know that 13 men preferred baseball out of 36 total people that preferred baseball. So we could say that out of the 36 people that prefer baseball, 13 of them were men. So 13 divided by 36 gives us a percentage of 36%. So 36% of the people that liked baseball were men. Now, class, of course, these different frequencies do have names, and we are actually going to dig into that tomorrow. We're going to talk about all the different relative frequencies that these type of tables tell us. But next, we're just going to learn a little bit more about how these tables are constructed. So, joint frequencies. A joint frequency are the entries in the body of a two-way table. Each box highlighted below contains a joint frequency. It is called a joint frequency because it joins one variable from the row and one from the column. So all these numbers right here in this highlighted box in the meat or in the body of our table are called our joint frequencies. All right? So an example of a joint frequency would be the number of boys that prefer a clown career would be a joint frequency. So we go to boys, clown career, whatever is in this blank here would be our joint frequency representing the number of boys that prefer a clown career. So if they're in the body, they're the joint. That's what we need to remember, okay? In the body. Okay. So, next we have marginal frequencies. These are the entries in the total row or the total column of a two-way table. I have this picture here showing you the highlighted portions, which I've outlined now. Those are our marginal frequencies, right? So those subtotals, as we referred to them earlier, like this 36, the 31, the 33, this 52, and this 48, those subtotals are called marginal frequencies, right? So there's a trick that I use to help me remember this. So the marginal frequencies, like I said, are highlighted on the table below. I like to think of margins just like you would on a piece of paper, right? So what do you call the edges of a piece of paper? Or what are they called in a Word document? They're called the margins of the paper, right? So the edges of the table, just like the edges of a piece of paper, are the margins. Now you might be wondering, what is this box called, Mr. Meyer? This bottom right box. If it's not one of the marginals, what is it? Well, that's actually your grand total box, right? So it's the sum of all the margins in a row or column. So you get this number, like we talked about earlier, by adding this number and this number. Or by adding this plus this plus this. So you can add your margins together to get your total, or you can add all of your joint frequencies together, and that should also give you your total. All right? So let's look at some practice problems that we have down here, okay? So how many TVs does Sam sell in a week? Let's check and see if these answers are right. It says 11. Let's go check. So Sam selling the whole week. We're looking at the whole business week, Monday through Friday. How many did he sell total that week? 11. Now, is that 11 a joint frequency or a marginal frequency? Well, it's on the edge, like the margin of a piece of paper. So that's a marginal frequency. I think that this answer is correct. Let's look at the second question. Which day did both sell the most TV sets together? Okay, so our first variable was person, right? So we're comparing Sam and Trevor. So first variable was employee. Our second variable was day of the week. So which day did they sell the most TV sets together? So Monday they sold 6, Tuesday they sold 2, Wednesday 2, Thursday 8, and Friday 4. Well, it looks like they sold the most TVs on Thursday. All right, so Thursday, that looks right. And is that a marginal frequency or a joint frequency? Well, it is on the edge. It's on the bottom edge. And so I'm going to say that's a marginal frequency. So that's also right. Now, how many TV sets did Trevor sell on Wednesday? So we got to look at just Trevor this time. So just Trevor. Okay. So how many TV sets did Trevor sell on Wednesday? So Trevor on Wednesday, he sold 2. And is that a joint or a marginal frequency? Well, it's not on the edges of my table. It's actually in the body of my table. So that tells me that it's a joint frequency. So, also correct. Last question for the day, guys. Which day did Sam sell the most TV sets? Let's see. So we're just looking at Sam this time. So Sam, what day did Sam sell the most TV sets? He sold 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, none on Wednesday, bad day on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and 4 on Friday. It looks like he sold the most on Friday. Now, that is really close to the edge of my table, but it's not the very last row. It's not on the edge, so it is indeed going to be a joint frequency. All right. So, class, after this, there will be a quiz on E-Class. It's only 6 questions. There will be very similar questions to these 4 that we just did here at the bottom. All right. If you guys have any questions, I will be online between 10:30 and noon, in between 5 and 7 today. And of course, I'll be checking in randomly. So please feel free to reach out if you need any help. There are unlimited attempts on the E-Class quiz, so please take it until you get a grade that you are satisfied with. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and have a good day.